welcome to SVGTV's news for Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. 54 new COVID-19 positive cases were reported from 301 samples processed on Monday, September 27th, 2021, resulting in a positivity rate of 17.9%. 2 cases were detected on exit screening. All other cases are said to be contacts of known positive cases or persons seeking care. 24 rapid antigen positive results were reported from Monday, September 27th. There are currently 21 patients admitted for COVID-19 at the Argyle Isolation Facility. 20 are said to be unvaccinated and 1 fully vaccinated. 14 patients have also been admitted to the COVID-19 ward at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. 8 are unvaccinated and 1 partially vaccinated, and the vaccination status of 5 awaiting confirmation. 13 new recoveries were noted over the reporting period. 984 cases are currently active and 19 persons with COVID-19 have died. 3,423 cases of COVID-19 and 2,420 recoveries have been recorded in St. Vincent and the Grenadines since March 2020. The health authorities say, in view of the confirmed presence of the Delta, Mu, and Gamma variants in the community and the significant increase in the number of new infections, transmissions, severe COVID-19 disease, and death, a strict enforcement and compliance with all protocols and recommendations by everyone is strongly recommended. The authorities also noted that the correct and consistent use of masks, avoidance of crowds, physical distancing, proper hand sanitizing, and immunization with available vaccines have all been proven to significantly reduce the risk of being infected, getting sick, and or dying from the COVID-19 virus. There will be no face-to-face teaching and learning for the start of the new academic year here in SVG, which is expected to begin on Monday, October 4th, 2021. This was announced on radio this morning by Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves, who said for the first 2 weeks, teachers and students will be engaged in online classes. He noted that the recommendation came from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, given the spike in the COVID-19 cases in the country. The Prime Minister said that after the first 2 weeks of online teaching and learning, a blended or hybrid approach will take place.
Blended or hybrid learning and teaching, depending on the actual situation in each particular school. For instance, the size of the school, the population of the school, and the like, the space, physical space, and the population. So there would be different proposals in respect of different schools in which you will have both online and face-to-face engagement after the initial 2 weeks.
The Prime Minister used the opportunity to stress the importance of having a high number of the Vincentian population vaccinated.
And, of course, full return to face-to-face would be informed by the health protocols. I've been saying this all along, that we can't continue to shoot ourselves in the foot by not taking the vaccine. And we have this uptake, we have this spread, we have more people dying over the last week or so.
The Prime Minister gave a charge to teachers to comply with the required of them when it comes to online teaching.
We need to have a very specific there must be some minimum commonalities and a core around which online teaching is going to be delivered. We have had the experience. There are some teachers who have engaged the students very well, spending the time, have the students engage with their tablet. But there are some teachers, and we have to say this, will use their cell phone with a 10 minutes or 15-minute set of instructions. Read chapter 2. And when you finish, read chapter 2, do assignments, so and so. And then the next day, well, if you have read Chapter 2 and you did the assignment, I want you to go on to Chapter 3. And so, I mean, that's a very cursory thing. Well, that's not online teaching.
6 schools are still being used as shelters, housing some 88 volcano-displaced persons whose homes are either severely damaged or destroyed by the eruptions. Teachers are among the category of public sector workers with a high percentage of unvaccinated. On radio today, Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves highlighted most of the rural schools with a high number of unvaccinated teachers.
For instance, at Fancy, I've been informed that 4 teachers are vaccinated. I'm giving examples, and 4 are unvaccinated. Or we have 5 are vaccinated and 9 unvaccinated. Sandy Bay 6 vaccinated, 11 unvaccinated. These are the responses which we have been given here. Turma 6 vaccinated, 3 not vaccinated. In Connery 4 vaccinated, 8 not vaccinated. At Richland Park 3 vaccinated, 11 not vaccinated. New Prospect 4 primaries, a very small school, 4 vaccinated, 1 not vaccinated. Lomans 5 of them vaccinated and 4 not vaccinated. South Rivers 4 vaccinated, 12 not vaccinated. Marquardt vaccinated fully, 1 partially, and 11 not vaccinated. The numbers at Langley Park, 2 of them are vaccinated, 18 not vaccinated. I mean, we can't continue like this.
The Prime Minister said it is unacceptable to still have teachers unvaccinated, noting that calls are being made for them to be included as frontline workers, which will soon be decided upon.
You know, their parents and teachers who are vaccinated, and parents and persons in the community generally, are phoning me, texting me, and coming by to see me at the office and telling me that we should include the teachers as frontline workers in the regulations which we are having. We can't have this level of unvaccination among teachers. It's not acceptable. I mean, they will know that too.
Prior to the eruption of La Soufrière volcano, teachers were asked to either get vaccinated or tested every 2 weeks before they enter the classroom. That policy position was, however, put on hold. Cabinet was set to finalize today the regulations in the Public Health Amendment Act 2021 for frontline workers. However, Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves said the process has been delayed as the SVG Teachers Union and the Police Welfare Association did not make any submissions during the consultation phase. He said they will be given the chance to make an input.
I asked the team of public servants who are involved with the regulations to have a conversation with the Police Welfare Association and have a conversation with the Teachers Union. And I think they're doing that tomorrow and Friday. So next week, Monday, I will have another meeting with the same group of persons from Attorney General's chambers, legal draftspersons, the Ministry of the Public Service, the Chief Personnel Officer, and the Ministry of Health, to finalize those regulations arising out of those other discussions.
The Nurses Association and the Public Service Union have reportedly made submissions to the committee dealing with the regulations. Prime Minister Gonsalves said that he is pleased with the consultations thus far. As St. Vincent and the Grenadines joins the global community in observing World Heart Day today, infectious disease Dr. Jerrol Thompson is reminding persons to get vaccinated and protect themselves from contracting COVID-19, noting that research has shown that the virus can cause severe damage to the heart.
The COVID-19 in particular has been notorious for not just being a respiratory disease, it is also a vascular disease. The virus tends to infiltrate and infect the cells that line your blood vessels, so inducing clots anywhere, whether it is to the brain, whether it's to the lungs, or whether it's to the heart. A substantial amount of people die due to respiratory problems, but a fair number die because of heart attacks. blockage of the blood vessels to the heart induced by the virus. I would say that it is so crucial to avoid the virus, and the best way to avoid being infected is to be vaccinated, to be protected. Please vaccinate.
Under the theme enabling and empowering everyone for a better prevention, diagnosis, and care of the heart-related condition, World Heart Day not only brings awareness to the heart, but the veins that run to the heart.
In 2012, the world leaders, in view of the rise in non-communicable disease, NCD, selected September the 29th as World Heart Day. This was in an effort to reduce NCDs by 25% by 2025. Now, cardiovascular disease accounts for almost 50% of all non-communicable diseases. And as part of it, there will be high blood pressure, which affects big blood vessels, and there would be diabetes that affects very small blood vessels. How do you know?
Dr. Thompson outlines signs which may indicate that a person may have a heart disease, while stressing the importance of taking care of one's health and heart.
We want you to watch out for chest pain, tightness, chest pressure, or what's called angina. We want you to look up for shortness of breath or numbness in the hands, and weakness or coldness in both your hands and legs, where blood vessels may be narrowed. This is a serious concern. Heart disease is rising as the foods we eat contribute so significantly to this, as inactivity contributes to this. And it's expected that everyone, everywhere, will start to look more seriously at their health. Take the challenge of the diagnostic tools, see a doctor, and take care of your heart and your cardiovascular condition.
856 students graduated from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College yesterday, with 49 graduating from the Division of Nursing, 59 from the Division of Teacher Education, 278 from the Division of Technical and Vocational Education, and 470 from the Division of Arts, Science, and General Studies. During the virtual graduation ceremony, several students received special awards, including Program Award, Divisional Awards for Excellence, CAPE Subject Awards, and Associate Degree Program Awards. 5 valedictorians were awarded with Divisional Awards for Excellence. They include Anwan Dells of the Division of Technical and Vocational Education, Adaya Holder of the Division of Arts, Science, and General Studies, Florisha Wiley of the Division of Teacher Education, Veronica Samuel Williams, and Janessa Jackson of the Division of Arts, Science, and General Studies. The valedictorians said that amid the challenges faced with the COVID-19 pandemic and the eruptions of La Soufrière volcano, they were able to push through and are happy that the hard work has paid off.
Our journey over the past 2 or more years has been unlike any other, filled with social challenges, educational changes, and endless courses. But we did it. We rose above the ongoing pandemic, online learning, and the altered exams due to the La Soufrière eruption. I want us to remember that despite this major success of graduating today, it is not our final destination.
This graduation further proves to us that anything is possible once we put our minds to it. Now that we have completed our courses of study at the SVGCC, the big question is, what next? Wherever life's journey takes us, we must never stop growing. Having realized the greatness that lies within us, we must continue to be determined, disciplined, and dedicated in our endeavors.
But by God's grace, we made it. We overcame the COVID pandemic, volcanic eruptions, and in true Vincent style, we rose from the ashes. You see, we were molded by the hands of effective lecturers, and I'm sure we learned quite a lot from each other. At the end of the day, we are leaving this institution as well-trained teachers and well-rounded individuals with excellent time management skills, and I'm sure a few newly discovered talents. I must say, we are forever grateful to our lecturers for their selfless effort to propel us to success.
From Oprah Winfrey, your life journey is about becoming more of who you are and fulfilling your highest and truest expression of yourself as a human being. Ladies, sacrifices were made, but we did it.
In his remarks, Director of the SVG Community College, Nigel Scott, said finishing the challenging school year was a remarkable feat achieved by the students, noting that it has not been easy navigating the new education landscape.
The past 18 months have required an extraordinary effort of hard work, dedication, and passion from all college administrators, lecturers, students, and parents in dealing and coping with online learning, alternative assessments, Google Meet, Zoom, Skype, and the big blue button. During these past 18 months, we have washed and sanitized our hands frequently, become used to wearing face masks daily, had our temperatures checked, learned the term social distancing, suffered displacement from our homes due to the explosive eruption of La Soufrière, and extended a helping hand to our brothers and sisters in need when the shelters became their new homes. No doubt, it has been the motivation and support of parents, guardians, lecturers, and mentors guiding you along this seemingly thorny road to success caused by the global health crisis that has allowed you to arrive at this moment of your graduation.
Scott said that students have now arrived at a significant milestone in their continued quest for excellence and a successful future, and encouraged them to stay focused.
Certainly, more challenges will come your way. However, stay focused and always remember that your dream is within reach when you are determined and committed. As your theme for this graduation says, overcome all challenges and prosper.
The head of the 4 divisions of the college congratulated the students and encouraged them to use the knowledge and experience gained to make them into a better person.
Nurses, we need you more than ever. I am confident that our nursing graduates will exceed our expectations in regards to the delivery of quality nursing care in these difficult and challenging times.
You have been well educated and trained at the Division of Technical and Vocational Education. You are prepared for the world of work and for higher education. Opportunities await you, whether you are in engineering, whether you're in hospitality, agriculture, or business. The world of work is ready to receive you. Technically, you are strong. Attitudinally, you are strong. Make the workforce a better place. As you embark and you leave the walls of the Division of Technical and Vocational Education, St. Vincent and Grenadines Community College.
The year 2020-2021 challenged you to transition from face-to-face classes to online classes to online examinations. You worked diligently, rising to any challenge that came forward, especially when you had to switch to the teaching practicum examination. Your presence here today shows that with determination and hard work, you can conquer any challenge.
I must tell you that graduation is like a bridge to the next chapter in your life. The hard work and dedication that got you to this bridge will guide you into a bright future. Despite the numerous challenges and obstacles along the way, you still made it. I'm so proud of you. Continue to grow and strive for the highest heights possible.
Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves also spoke at the virtual graduation ceremony and congratulated the 2021 graduates, telling them that he loves them and will always be able to assist them in any way going forward, while encouraging them to continue to strive for excellence.
Please remember always that you have done well thus far through your God-given talents and gifts and through hard work, discipline and support from your teachers and your parents, from your community, from the government. A lot is expected of you because a lot has been given to you. This journey is an exciting one upon which you're about to embark. You're into adulthood. Those of you who are already adults would know that this training that you have received and other training which you are likely to receive would strengthen your capacity to do your work much better, to perform at a higher level, and to do great service to your country and to humanity. Listen to the authorities as to what are available, the various options available for you, for your further education, and for housing, for life, for living, and for production.
Minister of Education Curtis King also gave words of encouragement to the graduates. He said with the challenges faced during their time at the college, he has no doubt that they are ready for the future.
In fact, as your theme says, you have arisen from the ashes and you're ready for the future. On your way forward, I ask you kindly to embrace the values of your education and training. Those that speak to issues of respect, integrity, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Remember, once on your way forward, always acknowledge God, for He shall direct your path. As usual, I always say to our graduating students, life is short, so make the best use of whatever is there before you.
Chairman of the SVG Community College Board of Governors, Professor Joel Warrican, said he is also confident that the students will be able to face any obstacles that are ahead of them and succeed.
Be adaptable and resilient. Adversities may befall us, but how we get through them depends on how adaptable we are on our resilience. And finally, if you have a dream and it is worth anything to you, be willing to fight hard to achieve it. Successfully completing your studies at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College is just another milestone in the journey of your lives. There is still a way to go, but I'm confident that you will face any obstacles that are ahead of you and succeed. As the theme of your graduation admonishes, I'm confident that you will overcome any challenges that you may face and that you will prosper. Remember the words of the late Tupac: if you can make it through the night, there is a brighter day.
At yesterday's presentation ceremony of certificates to the educators and administrators who participated in a training course in teaching for neurodiversity, building inclusive teaching and learning classrooms, Chequana Gilkes-Stapleton, who is a graduate of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Girls High School and the Division of Arts, Science and General Studies of the SVG Community College, shared her experiences as a physically challenged student in pursuit of an education.
The difference was actually on the day of commencement, because what happened was my school was stationed to set the exam at the upper level, right, of the girls' high school. So there was no accommodation for where I would set the exam. So while other students were seated and just mentally just focusing on the exam, I was worried about where I would go, if they would find space. All these things that I really shouldn't have had to think about. But eventually I was placed with some random students. I can't remember from what school. but it was on the ground floor. And I remember feeling really uneasy because I thought I would have been with my fellow classmates. And that's when I began to experience what the discomfort that comes with not being accommodated to as a person with a disability. What people really focus on is their own culture and preserving the culture that they're accustomed to.
Another differently abled young man, Silas Durrant, also shared his experience, noting that the most challenging time for him was at athletics meets.
I'm made to feel uncomfortable back in the day also when many persons would stare at me. I can recall at athletics meets when even when training, it was common for someone to just run, Forrest, run. I was reluctant to participate in athletics for such a reason. So I came here late at night. I ought to train to run just to keep in shape. But lo and behold, I was still here, someone hailing, run, Forrest, run, run, Forrest, run. And you know at that time it just echo across the playing field. So those are some of the experiences that were very uncomfortable and memorable.
Both Durrant and Stapleton spoke on the importance of making schools more inclusive, catering for the needs of all students.
There is a need, okay, for alternative approaches in education. And that is one of the main goals that ought to be highlighted.
Infrastructure is like the bare minimum to me. I think it should be something like in building codes for sure, and it needs to be adhered to that. It needs to make all schools accessible. And that includes like bathroom facilities, that includes like adaptive technology, right? Assistive technology, because it has a plethora of disabilities, right? If somebody is visually impaired, if somebody is hearing impaired, they should not have to be held back in any way, right? Because that in itself is not.
At yesterday's ceremony, two differently abled young men using their talents demonstrated that disability is not inability.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no.
Minister of Finance Camillo Gonsalves says they are looking at ways to boost the economy, and concentration is being given to disaster tourism. Speaking on a television program last evening, the finance minister said that the eruption of La Soufrière volcano presented the opportunity for disaster tourism, noting that he has already initiated talks with tourism providers to explore the possibility and benefits.
Trying to create on the tourism front options for tours. The volcano right now is an attraction. Big one. And we believe that we should try to leverage, and I've been speaking with major tourism providers, some who are coming here for the first time, but what they can do to get that sort of ecotourism and sort of climb up the volcano and things related to that. People are going to want to come and see this area. There's always disaster tourism. Right. So we're trying to leverage some of that activity as well.
The finance minister said economic drivers in the red zone had to be carefully crafted, especially with the rebuilding of homes.
the location, for example, of where the Sandy Bay Secondary School should go, and how that will pull people in a particular direction who want to live near to the school. The location of where shops will be allowed to go, how that will change economic activity, and the locations in which we build sea defenses, which are ongoing in Georgetown and moving north, which will make people move to areas that are safer and create economic activities in those areas. All of those things are being done with a view of trying to attract people to safer areas without being too heavy-handed, with the exception of areas that we know are dangerous areas.